Hello, friend. Welcome back to the show. Tanya Gossage, your growth strategist, your AI consultant, and your podcaster. Again, today we're going to cut through one of the biggest misconceptions that are floating around right now, especially for business owners that are trying to scale without burning out. It's three words. You probably won't guess them. It's AI feels overwhelming. Is that you today? If it is, here's the truth. AI doesn't feel overwhelming because it's complicated. It feels overwhelming because most entrepreneurs don't have a filtering strategy. You know, as a strategist, I always have to talk about strategy. Oh my goodness, I love strategy. But here's what's happening is they're trying to adopt AI outside and inside. Let me start all over there. They're trying to adopt AI from the outside in. That's hard to say. Adopt AI from the outside in instead of from the inside out. That's a tongue twister. Say that 10 times. Let's see if you can do it. And that's what we're unpacking today. Adopting AI from the outside in instead from the inside out. Woo, there we go. So whether you're knee deep into chat GPT prompts or you haven't even touched an automation tool whatsoever yet, this episode is going to help you out. It's going to help you think differently and honestly move more strategically going forward. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. There are thousands of AI tools out there right now. Thousands. I feel like I have 1,000 that are in my toolkit, and I use very few of them. You purchase, you get them on AppSumo on lifetime deals, and then you use them for a period of time, and then they're outdated, right? So new ones are launching every single day. It almost seems like every single minute. But volume is not the problem. The real problem is that there are zero filters that most entrepreneurs are using to decide which tools usually serve them. And I feel like many of us are in this particular situation. This is one of the first things that I begin to do as I work with CEOs inside of what I call my CEO operating system is we start with that business audit, that time audit, that tech stack audit is because the tools, they don't mean anything if they're not connected to a strategy. And so oftentimes I find people are using tools in their toolkit that no longer serve them, or there's things out there that, or let me back up one step, they're paying for something that's overly priced. Things have come out that are better, offer more at a much lesser price. So we take a look at those things. What is in that tech stack that is no longer meaningful, or what does not have a strategy connected to it? And let's build that strategy. But there's three filters that I like to walk through when it comes to evaluating AI. And one of those is, does this tool help you reclaim any time back from these low value tasks that you're doing? Number two is, can it enhance your client experience or communication without removing any human touch? Right? There's this big scare that we talk about where people are so afraid they're going to lose their jobs because of AI. Well, what if these people, these employees can use AI, go on and do bigger and better things? Maybe they're elevated in the company, or they can go and help with sales or other things and use the tools to help that help you as a CEO grow and scale your business. It's not that we have to displace employees. Let's utilize artificial intelligence to elevate us and our business and our team. And so does it directly support revenue generating activity and or delegation? And so if the answer is not a solid yes to at least just one of those, then it doesn't make the cut. And so when you start filtering this way, then the noise that we talked about begins to fade. And so let's talk about that noise. And so every time you scroll on your phone, unplug mine here. So every time you start to scroll on your phone, you're like, oh, there's another tool. And it can get stressful and it can get overwhelming. Sometimes I have to say to myself, I'm not even going to look at it because FOMO begins to set in sometimes. And so, because you're like, what is this tool? What does it do? What does it do better than what I already have? And so sometimes you just have to not even look at it because of the noise that it causes. But another guru is promising you more speed. Another system is going to change your life for the better. And maybe it is. There's some tools I get that I'm like, holy moly, this is it. And I get on the text bandwagon and I'm texting people and saying, you got to check this out. We can get rid of this to purchase this. And so I'm always thinking along those lines when I do find something like that. But noise masquerades as an opportunity is one of those top causes of burnout that I see in my community. And so we've elevated busyness with productivity, and it is a trap. It's become a trap. It is a trap and will continue to be a trap. And so when you're constantly reacting to what's new instead of anchoring into what we actually need, you actually need, and start building your business on sand, then that's where overwhelm is going to live. Excuse me, it's the time of day where it's time for the energy drink. But inside my CEO operating system framework, one of the first exercises that we do, in addition to that time audit, is that chaos audit. Call it what you want. I call it multiple things. But what is causing you all of that overwhelm? Where is that time going? We're going to identify what are those things that you're holding on to that somebody else can do at least 80% as well as you do. And we get real about the things that are draining your energy and where you are the bottleneck, and only we can make space for the tools. It's only then we can make space for the tools that are actually going to help you. And so let's think about flipping the script here for just a minute. Here's what actually simplifies AI adoption. There's 4 things. So one is anchor every tool to the core function. That's visibility. It's delegation. It's delivery. And if it doesn't fit into one of those buckets, then I can tell you that it's all fluff. Number 2, systemize before you automate. And if you're automating chaos, then you're just scaling your stress. And we're going to build systems first, and then we'll use artificial intelligence then to power that. And so number 3 is humanizing your AI. You don't have to sound like a robot. I think I say this in every podcast. You're going to get tired of it, but you don't. You do not have to sound like a robot. On Sunday, yesterday, I just did a workshop where I taught the participants how to humanize your ChatGPT and or other language model systems that you are using. And so we teach them how to use AI to draft, to brainstorm, and then to create initial structure. But then that final layer should always be human. It should always sound like you. But there's so many ways that you can take things that are in your voice and put it to memory and then have that output come out as humanly as possible. And so these are not just tactics, they're what keep you out of the chaos cage and what help you build trust. It's what turns referrals into revenue, and it's what makes your business feel like you again. And that's what you want. You want to operate as you. You want to operate without stress, without overwhelm, without being the bottleneck. And I have to tell you, back when I was in corporate, when I was able to work in an environment outside of the stress, oh, those days were, excuse me. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Those days were heaven when I didn't feel the heavy pressure of the bulldozer on my shoulders. And I want to tell you, I work with entrepreneurs that are brilliant. They're not tech phobic. They're just over capacitated, if you will. They're tired. They're tired of being the bottleneck of their business. They're tired of chasing trends. They're tired of carrying a business that was meant to give them freedom. And so we implement these filters in their processes, in their business, and start replacing that noise with processes, SOPs, structures, implementing shifts. And when you do all that, you start seeing where the real leverage is. That's where change lives. That's where everything begins to happen. And that's when AI becomes a strategic asset and not a burden. It doesn't feel like weight on your shoulders. You begin to feel relief at that point in time. And I just want to say, if this has resonated with you, I want you to invite someone special to listen to the podcast. I also want you to hit that subscribe button if you've not already subscribed to a podcast in the past. And lastly, I want you to head over, and the link will be in the show notes, but head over to thepowerconnectors.org and join our community. I've told you it is getting a massive update, a massive facelift. It's where service-based entrepreneurs, CEOs are going to be having real conversations about strategy, AI, delegation, and growth. There's not going to be, I'm not giving you any hype. There's not going to be hype. There's not going to be hustle, just clarification, pure connections, and high trust collaborations. You're going to be shocked at the value that's going to be in this community. So if nothing else today, go join the free executive plan and wait for the emails that come out about this announcement. And so you do not have to build this journey alone. I'm going to help you build it. And so AI isn't here to replace you. I want you to know that it's here to free you. It's not here to replace you. It's here to free you, but only you know how to filter, to simplify, and to anchor what matters most in your life and in your business. And so thank you for tuning in today. And until next time, I want you to continue to simplify, continue to scale, and continue to succeed. I'll see you again real soon. Bye.